Hi guys, I'm Kiki. Today we're going to be playing a little bit more of the visual novel that is Andromeda 6. We played it a couple of videos ago and it was pretty interesting, kind of cringy, but also a very well made visual novel. I really do believe that, and I stand by that. I really do. Yeah, so I think we're gonna continue, and let me just press. Okay. I tried to look up a little bit of reviews for the game, but I wasn't able to find any on itch.io, which normally has like comments or reviews or something like that, but there was none of those for this game, or rather it's a visual novel, not really a game. But yeah, let's just continue playing it. I really enjoy it, and we'll see which characters we can romance. So I think there's like 7 of them, and yeah, let's do that. Recording. Okay, so starting with Wednesday, which is when I recorded it, and it's Sunday today. So I'm cut short when the lights above us blink a couple of times and the ship lurches, prompting June to steady me with a hand on my arm once again. So the romance thickens. What was that? I ask. Just technical issues. What kind of technical issues? Last thing I need is to be stranded on a broken starship with no memory, one crisis at a time. Thank you very much. Jill smiles at me. I'm sorry. My throat feels a little bit, yeah, let me just drink a little bit of tea. Okay. My throat is very sore and dry for some reason. June smiles at me. And nothing to worry about. Come on, I'll show you the infirmary on my way out. And I read about him. June, actually his full name is Juniper, and he is one of the weapons guys, weapons technicians, something like that. Basically he's in charge of the weapons system on the ship that we're on, and as you can see we're on a spaceship. It's very sci-fi, very beautiful. I really enjoy the art style. It's kind of anime but more westernized, which I really enjoy, that kind of art. I used to draw like that before, and you can see my other drawings in my previous videos, like my recent videos. I am starting to draw a kind of a big project for me. It's some intertwined snakes, and they're like very beautiful and curved, and they have these multiple knots in them. I really like that. I'm still working on that drawing, so I hope you like that, and you can leave a comment below if you would like some more drawing videos or more of the visual novel. I would appreciate that quite a lot, so thank you for that. So basically, I'm sorry to go off on a tangent again, because that's kind of like something that I tend to do. But yeah, his full name is Juniper, and he's one of the romantic interests, and he is in charge of the weapons. So I follow behind June down a couple of corridors. The ship isn't massive by any means, but it certainly seems bigger than I expected. When he stops in front of a set of blue transparent double doors, he turns to me. This is where I leave you. I should probably get to the bridge before all hell breaks loose. I hope we're not being attacked by another spaceship. The alarm must show on my face, because he shakes his head and he chuckles softly. Nothing to worry about. Now head on in. Ryona will take care of you. Okay, let me just... I need to move my laptop a little bit closer to me, because I'm having some issues with my eyes recently. As you can see, my eyes are like... I have issues with my eyes, obviously, because I have to wear glasses. And yeah. So I'm gonna go get my eyes checked again, just like a few months ago back. I did the same, and now they're getting broken again. I'm not sure. So nothing to worry about. Now head on in. Okay. Thank you, June. He stops and gives me a strange look, his eyes wide. But just as quickly he smiles gently and nods before disappearing down the corridor. I think he was surprised that we remembered his name. I think that was it. Or maybe that he gave us a short version of his name, which is like a short and sweet June instead of the full Juniper, which is actually, I was under the impression that it was pretty much a girl's name, Juniper. I remember we had Juniper Lee, which was from one of the what's it called? One of those cartoons that we watched when we were younger. Juniper Lee, she had black hair and a little streak of hair that was like neon pink, and yeah, she was cool. I think she had something to do with like magical abilities or something like that. So when I enter the infirmary as cautious and quiet as a rabbit avoiding a trap, the first thing that hits me is the smell. It smells clean, but not in that sterile medical way. More like dewy grass and fresh rain, but like the open air and sky. It reminds me of a cool spring morning. I'm really sorry about my throat, it hurts me so bad. Though I can't recall having ever experienced a cool spring morning. It's almost homely. Okay. Oh, you're awake. The voice that startles me is surprisingly soft, and my head tilts to follow the sound. Ooh. Ooh. She's Stellari by the looks of her luminescent skin, her primal yellow eyes. Oh my god, she is beautiful. Look at her. The blue pale skin and the dark blue lips, the eyes, the white hair. She looks like a witcher, actually. If you've never played that game, or seen like or read the books or seen the TV show, I mean, you probably have, but yeah, that is basically some type of witcher look. They do look a little bit dead, and I mean, Geralt has white hair, Ciri has white hair, and by the way, my cat is named after Ciri, so you can tell how much we love that game. So my chest warms with a feeling of familiarity. I am not the only one, which we look similar to this girl here. She's the medic, I assume. And yeah, she says, I'm Rayona. It's good to finally see you up and about. You've been looking after me? She smiles, and there's something so soft and calming about it that it soothes right down to my bones. I'm reluctant to let my guard down so easily, but her soothing presence hardly inspires fear. Yes, I'm the medic here. And your name is? Kiki. Pleasure to meet you, Kiki. Please take a seat. Let's have a look at you. She gestures with long, thin fingers towards the medical chair that is positioned in the center of the room, and I follow her instruction, noting the plastic that crinkles beneath me as I sit. So, how are you feeling? Let me just get a sip. Physically, I think I'm okay, but I hesitate, and she cocks her head to one side, watching me curiously and giving me time to get my thoughts in order. I haven't been able to remember much besides my name. I see. Rayona grabs a long silver wand from a medical table and holds it in front of me. May I? I nod, and she lights the tip with a switch, shining the blue lights at the end into my eyes one after the other. I suspect that you had a concussion when they brought you in here. You had hit your head rather hard. I cleaned it up and lasered the wound back together, but I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do for the memory loss. Her fingers are cool against my scalp when she inspects the old wound next, giving an approving hum at whatever she finds there. Have you noticed any issues with your vision or coordination? The silver wand is pressed gently inside my ear before Rayona pulls it back out and inspects the strange, illuminated symbols on the side. When I first got out of bed, I lost my balance. Since then, apart from the memory thing, I have been feeling fine. And Rayona holds the wand in front of my face vertically, and a blue light washes over me, blinking for a few seconds before it dissipates entirely, which is, I think here they're trying to do some like sci-fi medical stuff. If you've ever seen Star Trek, which I'm a huge fan of, I absolutely adore Star Trek, and my favorite TV show of Star Trek is Enterprise. I watched that TV show 5 or 6 times, one after the other. So I would finish the last episode and I would do that, finish it, and then go back and start from the first episode again and rewatch the entire show without any breaks. I would just do that every single day. That's how I spent my entire summer like a few years ago, and I do not regret it one bit. That show helped me so much with like thinking about sci-fi, because that's something that I really enjoy, hence why I'm playing this game. Sci-fi is really amazing. I love thinking about the way humans can actually improve and grow, and how we can basically make our lives better through science, and especially apart from hard sci-fi, which deals with, you know, these specific how would you call them, scientific principles. There's also the soft part of science fiction, which deals with social change and the way that we should morph our society and mold it into a place that makes us feel better, makes us live more fuller, better lives. So yeah, that really, Star Trek really does focus on more of the soft side of sci-fi, and hard sci-fi would be something like Dune, I believe. But I'm still yet to read that. I really want to read that. I'm gonna get that book very soon. Hopefully I do have the time to, rather I should make the time to read it. So yep, I still have yet to finish the Witcher books, which are so interesting. They're not sci-fi at all. I mean, The Witcher is fantasy. But yeah, I also like fantasy. I mean, I'm really big into any kind of like cool concept. So yeah, let's continue with the game. I'm sorry about that tangent. I really love talking about things like that. Sci-fi, especially, it's just so beautiful. So when I follow her gaze to the screen behind me, the images have changed, depicting a series of numbers and icons that I can understand. Your scans are almost back to normal, aside from some bruising here and there, though that's to be expected. I'm sorry about that, my camera had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so we're back now, and Rayona gives a sad smile, and in that moment I know she is just unsure as I am. Only time will tell, which hopefully, perhaps if I ask some questions, they might trigger a memory. I think it's worth a shot, I really do. So let's see, where did you live? Maybe in a big city? At least I think so. The images are hazy, but when I really think about it, I get flashes of a golden sky, clouds stretching out as far as I can see. That's a good start. Do you see anything else? I close my eyes like I did earlier with June and try to remember more. White gold and water. No. Fountains. There were fountains everywhere. Okay, that sounds like gold is alright. The planet gets its water source from tunnels deep below the earth. The fountains make it accessible to everyone. Let's see if you remember anything else. Let's see. Do you have any siblings? I don't know. I shake my head slowly, still nothing comes to mind. I don't know. Rayona frowns, and it's not the most encouraging sight. I see. Don't push yourself too hard, we can try again later. I nod and I glance around the room, so once again I'm hit by that smell. I notice now that there's something else mixed into it, something sweet, almost fruity. And I think that's her perfume. Can I ask what that smell is? Oh, it's my mister. Your mister? Oh, a mister. Oh my god. I didn't see it as a mist making machine. I saw it as Mr. like Mrs. and Mr. So Rayona gestures to a small cylinder-shaped object in the corner of the room. I can program it to replicate scent. This is one of my home planets, Tilarin. Oh, she giggles unexpectedly as if she didn't mean to say that. Okay. But aren't we Tilari? I'm not sure. I guess I'm a little homesick. Okay. I've heard Tilarin is beautiful, or you must miss your family. I think if we speak about Tilarin, she's gonna catch on the fact that we are Tilari as well, which means that we must be from that planet, I think. I'm sure Tilari is beautiful. Okay. And I get the impression she's envisioning her home in her mind. You're right, it is. Crystal water, clear skies, green stretchings as far as you can see, and dotted all over the planet are enormous spires, towers that disappear high into the clouds. Each spire can hold an entire city, hospitals, schools, homes. People think Goldis is the shining star of the system, but Telaran is the real jewel. It's more beautiful than this hunk of junk anyway, but don't let the captain know I said that. I smile at her words, but the picture she paints of Telaran is as unfamiliar to me as the rest of my past. Why did you leave? She smiles sadly, and I cannot help but to feel a little bit of the emotion myself sinking into my skin like dew. I wanted to help the people that no one else would. But what does that mean? It's kind of you. Was it worth it? And did you? I'm not gonna flirt with her, I don't think. We started flirting with June, so I think we're gonna go with him, kind of. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna flirt with anybody else. So, and did you? For a time, yes, but even the best intentions are not always welcomed. Her face changes. That sadness I could see glimpses of every now and then coming to the surface once more. And sometimes things do not go as planned. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, she said that they basically died. I'm not too sure about that. I'm sorry about that. My throat is really killing me. So, she smiles at me gratefully, and there's something beautiful about it. Something pure and utterly selfless. It strikes me that someone with this much kindness and devotion towards the world should never have to go through such hardship. And I can only hope that whatever she had to endure has only made her stronger. Oh! The ship lurches violently, and Rayona and I grab hold of the chair, fixtured securely to the floor, to keep ourselves from flying across the room. What was that? And I think we're gonna end the episode here, because I think it's a good cliffhanger, to be honest. So, I hope you really enjoyed that. I really do like this game. So, if you want, leave your comment down below. Maybe you can comment on who's your favorite characters from these two. So far we have Rayona and Juniper, which is June. And please subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you on the next one. Bye bye!